Namaste, gods, goddesses, and emissaries of light. This is Dr. Shreya Tajen, also known as Empress 1111. I wanted to do a quick energy check for the divine feminine before I go to work. And so I tapped into the energy real quick so I can push this broadcast out for you because I have a very, very busy day today. And I don't know if I don't do it now, if I will ever get around to doing it anytime today. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I call on air, fire, water, earth, spirit, ether. And I also call upon Yad Harvahe, which is energy source, to give me the information that is necessary for this reading for the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And it is in reference to the ascension process and the evolution of their souls, myself included. And so it is. Let's go ahead and get to this. I am feeling a lot of energy from the divine feminine as feeling stuck, not knowing which way or what direction to go into. And crowning the reading, we have the Four of Pentacles, which says that you have worked so hard to get to where you are financially and in your career oriented and business minded. But rather than holding tightly onto your money, divine feminine, I would recommend that you start making some investments. Okay, it's time to start yielding more fruits from your labor by investing your money so that you can receive greater returns in the future. Now, next we have the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you, I'm sensing that you're in no communication with the divine masculine. And this card represents mutual feelings, although you may be at a standstill in your relationship and things just aren't seeming to move along. This is just basically letting me know that the feelings are mutual. It's not like you're feeling one-sided and the other person, although they may not be showing you love, it's not necessarily unrequited love. It's just that they may be busy and engaged into business and doing some other things. Now, also for some of you, I'm sensing that there's going to be an engagement because this is also known as the engagement card. And these are for those of you that are single. And if you already are married, this represents a stronger commitment in the relationship and that this is going to come to you future wise. All right. Now we have the Two of Swords. Someone that you love dearly split your heart into half, or your heart and your mind are definitely on two separate pages. It tells me that you have put up barriers between you and other people, or even within your own self. You're behaving and acting like the figure that's represented on this card, Two Swords, where the woman has put up a barrier of the swords right across her heart, like you're not letting anyone in. And this is a time that the universe is asking you to stop avoiding the truth and pretending that all is well. Okay. This is the time to stop blocking off your internal emotions and refusing to feel them. This is the time to stop and think and stop thinking in just only one direction and feeling in another. Okay. When you draw this card and when this card shows up in a reading, have you ever heard of the phrase stop, think, and listen? Well, stop, think, and listen, but also feel is what I'm picking up. Okay. That is your focus point. That is your focal point for today. Focus on this. Stop, think, listen, but also feel, because it's like you're processing the pain, but you're not feeling it. You're just thinking about it. You just regurgitate old conversations. So stop reinventing the same experiences that have failed you in the past, because that's the reason why they're showing up in your current present. Okay. And it's creating and shaping and molding your future. Forget about the past hurts. Forget about what should have, could have, would have been done, and focus on what is happening for you right now, whether you're with or without your divine masculine. And my question is, are you resisting because you think that you may get hurt again by your divine masculine? And you're furious internally, even though you are outwardly smiling. I'm feeling like some of you are forcing a smile. Okay, you're putting on your happy face and you're going about life like as if everything's peachy creamy. And that is putting up more barriers, and it's not the solution for you right now. The solution comes once you face the truth. Okay, even if you just acknowledge that there's trouble in paradise, that's half of the battle right there. Okay, now the next card is the Hierophant. The word Hierophant comes from the Greek word hieros, which means sacred, and phainin, which means to show or to reveal. Now, this card represents a person or a situation that shows up to reveal like a sacred truth. And it is here to teach you to change your core beliefs about relationships and how things ought to be. That you are attracting these experiences that keep popping up in your sphere of experience in your life when it comes to your love life. Okay. Maybe you're setting too high of a bar, and maybe your expectations may be out of reach when it comes to your lovers. And it could also mean, on the flip side, that you're doing things in a non traditional way. As you grow and expand, you're looking at marriage totally different than what most people deem marriage on the 3D. Okay. You do not submit to any 3D definitions, and you do not find it appealing. As a matter of fact, it's unappealing to you, and that you're looking for something more sacred and assured, not according to written law by man, but by the love of your heart, the law of your heart, the cosmic laws of the universe, which is more solid and real and concrete for you. Okay. Now, next we have the world card. And with the world card, some of you are feeling like the world has come to like a complete halt or stop. You feel like the world has just ended because your ideal of what you thought the relationship will be hasn't materialized for you. But as you can see in the reverse, this means that a cycle had to come to an end in order to bring on a new cycle to begin. For some of you, I'm even sensing that you and your twin had some karma that you had to burn out, and that this period now has come to a conclusion, that the cycle for you and your twin with this karma has ended. So it's not necessarily the end entirely, but thank God for divine intervention. It is the end of all of that drama that you were going through. And as you may know, the world keeps turning regardless of what we are faced with. So my advice to you is to live your best life now, whether or not you're with your twin or in union. And maybe if you are in union and you're still having hiccups and some of the old things keep on showing their face, you know, you're in a position right now where you're being called to do something different. And for some of you that are single and have just been completely cut off from your twin without any closure, the world card in reverse is telling you that most likely you're not going to get the closure that you expect or that you seek. And that's okay. Okay. So if you're thrown everything into this relationship and you feel, I'm sensing that some of you are holding on because what you put in, and you felt like you giving your all, and it's still not working out for you, and you just cannot comprehend why you're not getting back in return what you put into this relationship. Well, the world card is a major arcana. And when it's reversed, it may be telling you that it's time to accept the disappointment and cut your losses and stop beating a dead horse. Okay? Feeling that a large majority of what you have invested into a relationship and not getting anything back in return and wanting something from nothing is still not going to give you anything at all. Okay? So I'm sensing also that you feel emotionally, financially, and spiritually vested because of what you have put into the relationship. And some of you have put a great deal into it, both emotionally and financially and spiritually. You have like given your all and thrown your whole self into this relationship just to get nothing back in return. And when I say nothing, I'm not saying that you didn't get nothing at all, but you darn sure didn't get what you deserved. And I get that. I mean, all of that is fine and dandy, but that's going to do you no good because you're dealing with a stalemate for a partner. And as you see, again, the world keeps turning no matter what problems we face, no matter what we contend with on a day to day basis, it continues to move forward. And so must you, Divine Feminine. Always remember what goes around comes around. And when it comes back to you, you may not even want it. Okay? So look at divine intervention as divine protection. Okay? Your rejection was your protection in this case. All right. And last, we have the Four of Cups. This energy represents your mate, or it could be you. And I'm sensing for some of you that you may be dealing with someone who's immature and they love you, but they're so wrapped up into their own head and their own insecurities and distracted by things that are right now to them more important. Okay. And they're putting this before your union. And sometimes this card brings the message, not now, but maybe later. Okay. While the man in the Four of Cups doesn't accept the cups offered to him, it's not like he's turning you down and just only you. It looks like as if he's turning everyone down. All the suitors, all the karmics, anyone that's basically offering him a love cup, he's rejecting it. Okay? I mean, he's not wholly rejecting them, but he's not giving full devotion to anyone. Okay? So you may be waiting for a sign or future information before taking an invitation or taking on a new project. For some of you, since this is a general reading, you're being asked to check in emotionally and spiritually before you say yes, to make sure that the opportunity is good and that is a good fit for you before you commit to it long term. The same thing with your divine masculine is if he comes back, if he moves back towards you, look for signs, check in with the universe. Do not do heart over mind, but make sure that you have mind over heart. Be very logical about your thinking, filter everything through with your heart chakra, but also make sure that you're using logic and that you're not being led by your emotions, because this is the reason why this cycle keeps happening. It's like you're on a loop, it keeps going back around, it keeps spinning back. You're like a gerbil on a gerbil wheel, and the universe and God, source energy, had to step in because you've gone as far as you can and you've done as much as you could in reference to this relationship. So basically, you can be having your defenses up as well when it comes to love, like not letting someone else in, someone new. Or it could be that both of you have your defenses up when it comes to this union and that you both are in deep contemplation on how to proceed next. All right. So that is the energy that I am reading for today for the divine feminine and your headspace. I'm going to go ahead and conclude with this. It is a good karma to like, share, subscribe, post a comment, donate, buy a gift registry to show up on the channel if you feel inclined. And I now wrap you on my love and I cloak you with the light of Christ consciousness. I had to get out of here. I'm like 1 minute over. All right. Namaste, everyone.